pass. Here at the side control, I look. If his hand is pointed up towards his head, this is where you kind of focus on a key lock. The way that I would kind of focus on a key lock here is I would trap his wrist with the chin. That side will do key locks. I'm gonna drive my weight forward here. I'm gonna post my foot so my left hand can come in here. I'm gonna roll his wrist down, and you see where my right hand is already below his bicep. I grab my wrist, I roll his wrist flat so everything is flat, and I don't want to use thumbs. I would move his elbow out here, but it's gonna submit him already. So here, frame it. This hand keeps that hand flat. This hand is at the wrist palm, not at his wrist, sorry, because he can rotate his fist. I don't want him to do that. If he can rotate the fist, he can escape. I grab the wrist palm so I control the whole hand. Because here he can't, even if he makes a fist, it's hard for him to rotate his wrist. From here, my belly button is on his chest, my left elbow frames in his neck, okay? And I'm keeping this flat, sorry. Okay. I just want to keep him flat right here. And I'm rolling him back. And then my right hand pulls left arm back. This is really super tight right here. If his hand is sideways, look how much further it'll go. You see that right there? So, roll it, control it, frame it. I want like 70% of the weight to be on my left elbow, which is a hinge, so that so my right hand can pull. See how tight that is? If it's here, his shoulder can rotate, okay? So this is the key lock from the side control. The way you get that is oftentimes they'll put their hand right here, okay? I want to slide up to his wrist and trap it right here, because now it's hard for him to remove that left hand, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive my weight onto him here so that my left hand can come through, grab that wrist. I would fold it out right here. Just slowly, because I know his shoulder's messed up. See how that folds? Because that's where it finishes. But you move it out here, and then you roll it, control it, flatten it, and then pull. Okay, that's gonna be the first option for those of you who are just starting. So Amin and Anna, and those of you who want to girls, you can do the key lock. Also, keep in mind, if I'm here and he frames my neck here, and I start mounting here, it's the same principle here. Same control, roll it, control it, frame it, and then slowly pull it down and up. I can also right the side control and then finish it from the mouth. All right, so this should be your position. Right hand under, left hand controlling the wrist palm, and you finish, okay? If I'm trying to catch it here, and he frees his left arm and loops it to the other side of the head, okay? Here, this is where it goes for a Kimura. Same lock, but his hand is facing down, okay? From here, very important, I do a couple things. I want to get my elbow on the mat, and then I need to control his head, because I need to do this. If I don't control his head, he can start sitting up, and countering this, even though you can't finish it without getting the leg over the head. So I was here, frame this hip, controlling, because he should not be able to straighten out this hand or bend it or move it around a bit. Because you see how I'm controlling again the wrist palm. If I controlled here, he makes a fist and he starts twisting it. See how you can untwist it to make a fist and just start twisting and pushing it forward and in, and see, and then he has power. When you have the wrist palm here, go ahead, he can't really do much when his fingers are open. When your fist, make a fist, it engages the whole arm. So here, I'm on my left hip, I switch to my right hip, and walk my left leg, over his head. You can have it over his head. I like to roll it right on his temple or face right there. Just so I can keep the head down and lift his elbow up. If somehow he manages to straighten out this arm here, I'll let him straighten it, and it turns into straight arm work. So you have 3 attacks, okay? For those of you who are starting, just have your partner be here. Your right hand has the underhook here. Your left hand grabs the wrist palm. You push it down. Your right hand is already under. Just be careful. Everything's slow and controlled. One of the most important parts of jiu-jitsu is control. Your right hand comes over your left wrist. You bring it down like a paintbrush, and preferably up. The motion should be to bring it up, like up around. Okay. That's for more of the beginners. For you guys a little bit more advanced, you're here, you want a key lock, you move it to the outside, you anticipate it, you let it go here, switch here, grab the wrist palm, feed it, and bring the elbow to the hip, so you frame it. Because the big part of me controlling his arm is me locking into his hip. If my hand is out here, move your arm around. See how he can move it? If I lock it to his hip here, it locks it, literally like a frame. My left hand, right elbow. And my left elbow's on the mat. And from here, I'm gonna switch my hips. Temple. Turn your head to the right, there. Over here, good, right here. I like to lift this leg up, because all the pressure goes on his hip. But you don't have to do that. Keep it bent, and then we'll lift the elbow. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Partner up with somebody who's a little bit less experienced. We don't want beginners with beginners, because they'll be making beginner mistakes and getting great at them. That's what I did when I first started. I got great at doing the techniques the wrong way. Whoa, whoa, whoa.